Hmm.
kind of I'm aloha everyone. Sorry, Jake Shimabukuro here. I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. So we're gonna cut to another video, and what you just saw was two videos with some dear friends of mine off of a record that we did called Trio. And the first one was a song called Lament, and the second was a song called Trio. I mean, it's called 12, and that was Nolan Werner on bass and Dave Preston on the electric guitar. So yeah, we're gonna cut to another video here, and hopefully by the end of this video, I'll have my computer up and running. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sweating right now trying to get this working. So that last song 12 was very fitting. That's kind of how I how I'm feeling right now. I'm trying not to panic, just trying to stay calm. But we're gonna cut to a video here. This is a collaboration that I did with a friend of mine, Charles Yang, who's a just a gifted violinist, and we did a few shows together. And you know, he now plays in a band called Time for Three. They're amazing, and he is just one incredibly talented guy. So please check him out. Here's a video of us playing our interpretation of "While My Guitar Gently Weeps." Hope you enjoy this. All right, I think we're back. Yeah, that was a good buddy of mine, Charles Yang, out of Austin, Texas. He's incredible, and he's not just a gifted violinist, but he's an incredible singer as well. So he's truly amazing. But that was years ago. Okay, so I'm kind of catching up now and trying to. I think I finally got everything working. Big shout out to Jake Wheat for helping me on the tech side there. So thanks, Jake. I had an outline and everything, a full. I mean, I went all out for this one, and everything just got jumbled up. So we're just gonna take it from here, I guess. So big shout out to the class of 2020. Congratulations. Yeah, I just want to say congratulations to not so much my friends, but my friends' kids that have graduated now. I'm at that age now where my friends' children are graduating high school. So it makes me feel very old. But I thought I'd play a song for all the graduates. I prepared something. Thought this would be kind of fun. Hope that sounds good. This is one of my favorites by the legendary, the great Israel Kamaka Vivole. Definitely one of my heroes, and he just brilliant. I mean, he was so brilliant. He came up with this amazing arrangement of a song that we all know, "Over the Rainbow," and he took that song, took the chords, and just yeah, just did something extraordinary with it. So we're gonna give it a try here. Um, I think I'm getting a message here. Oh, my uke is too loud. I'm gonna turn it down. Right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Okay. After this. After this. Thank you. Okay. Is that better? Oh, mic is low as well. I gotta speak. I really gotta speak into the mic. Sorry, we didn't really get a chance to sound check, but that's okay. All right. Is this better now? Okay, good. And I'll make sure I speak right into the microphone. I wasn't able to connect my mic preamp today, so hopefully this will do. All right, so here's my interpretation of, here's, I guess, inspired by Iz's arrangement of Over the Rainbow. Here's Over the Rainbow for the class of 2020. Yee! Especially to the class of 2020. Kaimaki High School Bulldogs. All right, here we go.
All right, congratulations, class of 2020. Woo! Okay. All right. So that was Over the Rainbow. Such a brilliant arrangement of that song. So Israel, the great Israel Kamakavivole. All right, so I know that we opened up with two music videos from an album that I just released a few months ago called Trio. Oh, there it is on the bottom of the screen there. It just magically appeared. But it's it was such a wonderful project. I had so much fun working with Nolan Werner, Dave Preston. They're just such great musicians, and I just feel so fortunate, to work with those two guys, and I miss playing with them. It's been a long time. Recently, um, Nolan is spending some time off the road, and Jackson Waldhoff has been playing bass with us now, and we've been doing a bunch of trio arrangements together. So Jackson, if you're watching, and I hope you're watching, just kidding, but yeah, I miss playing with you too, man. It's been a lot of fun. Big shout out to my manager Van, Scott, Brett, Jack, and RS. Such a I just feel so fortunate to have such a great team to work with. And of course, Jake Wheat, who's behind the scenes right now, taking care of all the tech stuff. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. Oh, and a big shout out to Ritsuko as well, too, handling all of our some of our Japan side of things, and she's been absolutely great. So thank you. All right, we're gonna move on. And speaking of the trio record, we're actually gonna be giving away a trio album. And so we have a little question that I think we're gonna a little question that I will um, I'll think of something, but toward the end, I did come up with something though. But yeah, I guess now. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I thought I had this all rehearsed. I had it down. I was like, man, I'm gonna be so organized tomorrow. And then so what happened was my interface wasn't connecting with my computer, so I restarted my computer. And I guess when I restarted it, I did some kind of update and it took 45 minutes to update whatever it updated. So I don't know. My computer still looks exactly the same. But so last week, my brother Bruce Shimabukuro, joined the show, and then when he left, everything went bonkers and we lost audio, we lost signal, my computer shut down, my internet went crazy. So this time we're going to bring him back, but we're not going to let him leave. So we're just going to mute his mic. No, but anyways, I want to welcome to the show, welcome
Yo,
Bruce Shimabukuro.
hey, what's up? Yeah, hey, it wasn't my fault that everything went crazy last week. I felt so bad. It was just a terrible coincidence, and I
How
feel
you
like I
doing,
should
man?
apologize, but I don't know. I'm doing good. It's kind of fun watching you stress out.
Oh my goodness,
The-
that was so stressful. I'm like, I'm watching the thing update, and it's like, 45 minutes. I'm like, 45 minutes? We only got 30 minutes until it's time. It just
it
kept
was
counting down slowly and slow. I was like, oh, it's
it
driving me
was
crazy.
it was so funny to see the greatest ukulele player in the world being like, I don't know, my computer's updating, but I don't know what to do.
Oh,
Should
whatever. Not, not the greatest.
I?
You are the greatest. All right. So last week, Bruce mentioned that he was going to teach me how to do some of those cloning videos because we previewed some of his cloning videos last week, and they were really funny. I thought they were really good. So he helped me with one, and it's not as easy as you would think, right? I mean, I kept having to do it over and over, because you kind of have to imagine
Yeah,
yourself
you gotta,
there.
and it's so funny because you have to pretend, right, that you're talking to yourself. Like you have to imagine it. It's kind of like when I guess when those actors do those movies and they're working with cartoons, you know.
Oh, like
So
Space Jam,
yeah, I
right? Like
think
when
yeah,
Michael
yeah, yeah,
Jordan is talking to Bugs Bunny.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's kind of fun, but I love doing it. Like I'm like my own best friend now. I do I
Yeah.
do it all the time. I love
No,
it.
you're a natural. You really are. When I was watching my brother do it, I mean, I seriously thought there was somebody else in the room. But anyways, can we let's show that video, the one that we did. So
Okay.
this is a song called Kavika, and it's actually it's an excerpt of it's an arrangement of Peter Moon's the iconic, Kavika solo. But I can't do it like Peter Moon, but this it's so
Yeah.
it's so weird to look at that video. It's so weird, like seeing I don't know. It's funny, but
So, so I said last week too. It was so fun for me to make these videos because it was like me and myself. But now that Jake's doing it, I was a little bummed. I'm not the only clone anymore. But I did make a video, follow up video. So maybe maybe we can share that. All right, how you guys doing? Very depressing day. Please welcome my clone. Oh, hey. So, man, did you hear? You're not the only clones anymore. I heard. Oh, what's that guy's name? Jake Shimabukuro. Yeah. And I heard he's doing lives now. Told you, we didn't quit. If we didn't quit playing, could have been us. Well, at least we can still teach each other. All right, let's learn something. Cheers. Cheers. All right, try this. E, F, G, E, F, D, E, C, D. Okay. Oh, what you got? Come on. Oh,
That's so awesome,
that was so
dude.
fun.
It's like it's like you're two completely different people. It's so
I
weird.
I've come to realize that I enjoy myself more than many people.
No, hey, but that nice playing, man. That was really great.
Oh,
That was
yeah, that
good.
was fun.
Um,
So,
what?
so later on though, I did want to ask you a question. So I know we were talking about online workshops. I'm doing that. If you're
Yeah.
new, I do have a YouTube channel, and you can check it out. You can go on YouTube, search for "Every Day is Uke Day," and they're just some ukulele instructions. Starting from the very basics, and it kind of gets a little bit more advanced after. But I also do weekly workshops every Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays. And to join those workshops, it's completely free. You just go to my YouTube channel, you search for the community page, and you'll see a link. So if you want to join, you can just get it there. But I wanted to ask you because in last week's workshops, I was kind of teaching. We were kind of going over how to connect like a feeling or an emotion with your playing. Okay, so like for example, just try to come up with a really quick jingle, something that just kind of says like "thank you." Okay, so now what you'll find is, well, of course, it's not so much the notes you play, it's more how you play it that can give that thank you feeling, right? And
Mm.
then we kind of went into, okay, now that you got your thank you thing, okay, make up something that would kind of say you're welcome, right? So it's about just trying to connect emotions with your feeling and with your playing. And then I know a lot of the students that join my workshop, they're probably watching today. So if you could actually kind of talk about how you approach that, whether it's songwriting or something, or how to connect in an emotion to your play. I
Oh.
don't know.
It's okay to say you're welcome. You're welcome. No, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess I mean one of the things that I I I always try to do like before I play a song or before I play anything, is I really try to connect with with an emotion, like you said, some kind of feeling. So and one of the things I tell people is that before you play the note or before you play a chord, you have to create that feeling inside of you first, right? It's almost like and I've said this before. I don't exactly know what I mean by it, but I always tell people, the instrument is just an illusion, because everything that you play has to be created and felt and executed inside of you first, right? Before it even gets to the instrument. So that's one of the things I believe. So if you can really feel something when and attach that feeling, to something something physical that you do with your body to create that sound. I think that's where the expression kind of comes from.
Because I always thought that's kind of a big part to music, because when you have that, right, when you experience that, that's kind of why a lot of people get hooked to playing an instrument or music, right? Without that, and everything is just, this is the F chord, these are the notes, and then there's no feeling involved. I kind of feel like that's where people could easily just, fun, but, eventually not, I mean, eventually just kind of give up. So I always thought this was kind of an important thing to teach or important thing to learn, but it's a really interesting thing to teach because it's so hard to explain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's hard. I mean, we've talked about the three tiers, right? Before, like the three steps, right? Like the first tier is like the physical, just getting your fingers and your muscles, the coordination,
Hmm.
flexibility, and then the second tier is like the mental aspect, right? It's just kind of more your thoughts, how you think about playing, your philosophy,
Hmm.
why you favor certain things, why you made certain decisions, in your playing style or in the moment or whatever it is. And then the third tier is that, what you're just talking about. It's that kind of spiritual or emotional kind of um, intangible, thing that just really moves you or inspires you or just it just I don't know, makes you feel something,
Mm.
beyond just the normal, yeah, physical and
Ah,
yeah.
that's pretty good. Heard it straight from the goat.
The what?
The goat. You know, people call you the goat. It's like the new thing now. They call it like Michael Jordan. They call him the goat. So goat was supposed to stand for greatest of all time. So they call Michael Jordan the goat. Tiger. Nobody ever called me the goat before. I've been called jackass a
you
few
know I
times, but that's about it. Never the goat.
I, I don't know. I never know when to believe you. I never know
No,
when
it's
to believe you.
that's the thing. Uh,
But anyway, so well, one of the things, I think that a lot of people don't know is, my brother, Bruce, is actually really good at making dry fish. So he's been, we've been buying fish from the fish auction and taking it to him, and he and my dad will actually like cut it up, and they'll season it and make dry. And it's actually excellent. I gotta admit, it's really good.
I don't
And he
know
always
how.
gives me the smallest bag, and I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how we
It
got
really,
to this subject. But actually, though, the funny thing about making dried fish is, in Hawaii, that's kind of a popular thing, and people always, they usually always make it the same way. And the whole point behind this is, I'm sure everyone watching, right? You do what you do, but every once in a while you get this kind of idea. But it's kind of a small idea, so you never actually go through with it. But now that, we've been on lockdown for a long time, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to take a lot of these little ideas that I had before but never actually tried it. And drying fish was one of them. So I actually have a video that explains how I make it, and I'll share it with you guys. And I just want to tell you, when I made this video, it was for no apparent reason. I have no life. If you haven't noticed, I have time to do whatever I want to do. So I thought, I'll make a video, and I wanted to try to, I don't know why, but throw in a heavy pigeon accent during this video, and so hopefully most of you guys can understand me. But okay, so this is how I make dried fish. Yeah, so ever since I've been making dry fish, everybody, they all ask me, hey Bruce, when you make dry fish, how you make them? Or sometimes they like, oh, dry fish. Oh, how you do? So, it's like, oh, dry, oh, how? So, and you know me, I know the kind. I tell you, you're like, no, I tell you. So all I do is I buy the fish, and then first thing is I cut them into real thin, long strips. And then you gotta add the salt. So I just put salt on top, and then I let that sit for about 10, 15 minutes. And then after that, I make my sauce. And I just use the regular secret sauce, and then I don't add nothing to the sauce. I just use them. And then slowly I put that in the fish. But if I get like one ladle or something, I usually put them in faster. And then after that, I just let them sit. And you just let them sit overnight. The next morning, open up the stuff, I poke at them a little bit, make sure it's still there. And then after that, I take the fish and I put them in a strainer. And in the strainer, I let the bottom strain, but the top I just pat dry. And after that, I take them outside. First thing you gotta do is make sure it's not gonna rain. So you always check the sky. If the sky blue, that means go. Blue is go. So then after that, I put the fish in the dry box, and you make sure that the pieces not touching each other. Because sometimes when two pieces touch, it looks like one big piece. After that, you just let them sit, and make sure you cover the top. You cover the top because if the flies go on top, you don't let them go number 2 on top of your stuff, right? So I usually use plexiglass, and you can use any size as long as it's bigger than the frame. Yeah, you make sure the plexiglass cover all the top of the frame, and then if you go 2 times bigger, 3 times bigger, 5 times bigger, no matter. Main thing the frame covered, and then that's it. I just let them sit. I just let them sit like that. I say maybe the next day it should be good to go. Then I just take them, cut them up, chop them up, good. And I give them to people, and when I give them to them, they try them, and they usually like, oh, Bruce, it's Ono. Or they're like, oh, you made this. So they're just like, mmm. But you try them. I share with you my recipe, I don't care. Come on, we all family. Aloha, ohana, come on.
There you go. But that's how I do 'em.
Like I'm watching the video and I'm trying to remember like how bored was I that day? I'm trying to think how bored was I when I thought I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a video on how I mean,
Oh my
jeez.
goodness.
Oh,
Bruce. Oh my goodness.
oh
Hey, by the
man.
way, when you gonna make some more dry fish? I like some more dry
We're
fish.
actually dad just got here, so he's making me another box.
Oh,
So
really?
so then we can make more
Oh,
fish.
dad's there?
Yeah, he's outside.
Oh,
He's actually
tell him I said hi.
he's trying
Oh,
to
tell him
assemble
come
the
on.
no, he's trying to assemble the new box. I'm trying to wait till he's finished before I get cut off.
Oh,
Before I leave the show.
all right.
Uh,
Well,
okay, so anyways, yeah, so I was gonna say um sound was good. You were a little loud in the beginning, you're distorting. I think sounds good now. I think your mic, yeah, your mic is good, so you don't have to stress. I'm watching you stress out. It's kind of funny. Watching you. Oh, look at Jake. Oh, he's sweating. He's
well,
sweating.
the thing is, I don't know what's going into the computer. That's why I have absolutely no idea. So no,
You
so
got,
that
but
yeah,
I will give you advice about this though, because I'm doing the online workshops all the time,
yeah.
and I don't know why, but when you check in, sound check maybe an hour before, 30 minutes before, everything goes smoothly. And then when you think, oh, I got it, so you try to jump in 5 minutes before, things always go wrong. I don't know why. Like if you had tried to sound check and log in like an hour before, you probably would have had no problems. I don't know why, but that never fails. So that's
Uh,
my advice to you,
yeah,
from younger brother to older brother.
we'll do the night before then.
Yeah, maybe the night
Next time.
before.
Hey, but I
Uh,
found this really cool video of you and I playing like this maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
oh wow.
In Yeah, I think when we were in Taiwan or something. We remember you were up there
Oh yeah,
when you
yeah,
were
yeah. That's
working up
right.
there, and I went up to do a concert. So Bruce came up and joined us on a song, and I was up there with a dear friend of mine, Dean Taba, at the time. So
Oh,
just
I
a
remember
wonderful
that.
bass player, and yeah, he came up and remember you came up and played Toccata.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you ever
I
saw this video, but
I
I came across it the other
okay,
night, and
okay.
I thought I want to
Yeah, I
show
want to
this.
see it.
So yeah, check this. Wait, sorry, that wasn't the right video.
Wow, look at my older brother. What a tease. Hey,
Oh,
hey, Bruce,
shoot.
remember? I don't know if you saw this video, but yeah, we played Toccata, and
No,
but we played it
wait,
without
I'm
you.
sorry. Wait, that was the wrong wait, do we have the right video? I think if we have the right one, let's try play the other
Um,
one.
I
That
don't
was actually Dave Preston and Nolan Werner. That was one of our sound checks.
no, but I remember that when we did that. But I was sitting in the audience that time.
Your clone was playing.
my clone was backstage, and I was sitting. Yeah, that's right. Oh, thank
All
you for
right.
thinking of me. I appreciate it.
Let me see if let me see if we have it.
Oh,
Um
yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it for next time. I think you should continue on with your show, because
okay. Sorry.
I
I
think
guess I guess we don't have that video.
yeah.
But I do have another video that we can show. This is one of us playing together at the ukulele festival.
I'll
This
believe
was
it when
years
I see
ago.
it.
Well, So
I don't know
I'm
what to say right now. I'll
I'm
comment
backing up
after.
my brother on a song on an old Taylor Swift song. Remember that? This
Oh,
was at
yeah,
the Royce
yeah, yeah.
Lamar Ukulele Festival.
Oh, okay,
All right,
okay.
yeah, maybe
To all the Taylor Swift fans, here we go.
Oh,
all right,
wow.
nice,
That was a
Bruce.
long,
Yeah,
long time ago.
that was good
Wow.
fun, man.
Hey,
Hey,
you're
but
at least
I'm not
I was actually playing that one.
don't go away. I'm gonna play a song. And I'm gonna send this out to Brian Shepard and Jenny, dear friends of mine. It was their it's their anniversary. Well, it was a couple weeks ago when I was supposed to have a Facebook Live, but we had to cancel it. Um, but that night was their anniversary, and I promised them I would play this song. So this is a few weeks late, but it's okay. This is a
Okay, so
song called 143. Brian Shepard, we've been working together for gosh, I don't know how many years, but Maestro Bob Moody actually introduced me to him, and Brian Shepard's been doing a lot of my orchestral arrangements, for the last few years now, and he's great. But I'm gonna play a little song that he requested. This is a song called 143, which is a love song. It was the numeric pager code for "I Love You." So here's one for you, Brian and Jenny. Hope you like this. Oh, and also want to send this out to Nolan's dad too, because I know Nolan's dad likes this song. So here we go. Not to take anything away from Brian and Jenny, just okay. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Give me 5 minutes. 10 more minutes, okay? 15 more minutes.
All right, song
Oh,
called 143 there.
I, I
Okay.
I really love how everybody could watch me watch you. Never seen footage before. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, so that's a song called 143. It's an original song that I wrote. Yeah, I wrote when I first met my wife when we were dating. And she would always carry a pager, so I thought that would kind of be funny to write a song about that. But yeah, it was based on the just kind of the 143 was basically the one, the major third, and the suspended fourth. So it's the 143, and that's kind of how I came up with the melody there. So, but anyways, that's not very interesting.
it's probably more interesting than how I dry fish. I can
Okay,
tell you that.
no, no, no. So Bruce, I wanted to ask you, for all the ukulele players listening, like what would be one ukulele tip that you would, maybe an ukulele tip or even an ukulele technique that you would
So
like to
okay,
talk
so
about or
like
share?
for me personally, I mean, so I started teaching, from at your place, right? Your ukulele academy from 17. I was 17 years old when I started teaching. And I remember when I first started teaching, it was so intimidating to teach adults because, when you're a kid, you're scared of your teachers and your principals, I was getting in trouble. So I remember, but that's how young I was when I started teaching. 20 years later, one thing I kind of realized is the first thing that needs to be taught is how to enjoy the instrument. So I always thought that comes first. And it's not about technique, it's not about, any kind of song. If some students are driven by they want to learn a certain song, so you can kind of go that route. I don't think there is a one way to teach someone how to appreciate the ukulele or love the ukulele, you know. So that's always my first thing. No matter what level you're at, if you don't look forward to wanting to grab your ukulele and try something or practice something, then I would say that's where we need to start. So a lot of times it's just it's the individual, it's the student that needs to kind of figure out where they want to go with this. with this instrument. And that's usually what I would try to focus on first. So I think that is probably, even though it's not an actual technique, I do think that is the most important thing you need to
Mm. Something to
accomplish.
focus on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's no, that's great. Yeah. Um, yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely yeah, very important for sure.
Okay. So what would you suggest?
Um, oh no, that was a question for you.
Well, I'm just well, how would you do you know? I mean, I'm
um,
sure.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. It just depends, depends on the person, right? But
Mhm.
I always think that the thing that I always strive for is just a good sound.
Mm,
I mean, just getting a nice sound out of your instrument,
okay.
above all else.
I think my
That's
answer
all.
was better. 1 point Bruce, 0 points Jake. Okay, what's the next question? No, but that's why too. Like when I do these workshops, right? Whether it's a beginner workshop, intermediate workshop, when people join, they all want to learn. They all have different interests, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in the workshops, yeah, I focus more on just kind of like hanging out with everyone. I'm open to any questions. I try not to be too specific where this is the type of music we're playing. I try to pick topics where they can apply to whatever kind of music they're interested in.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
you're very good at that. I've seen you
Mm,
teach, and you're very good at
mm.
that.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
but yeah, but I wanted to show you
Okay.
this because I didn't get to show you this yet. But this,
Oh, is that my ukulele? You finished restringing it?
oh no,
It's not. Oh,
I know I still gotta finish.
I know.
I I have my
Uh,
brother's uke. I've had it for how long? Almost
like
about a year.
almost 2 years, I think.
Wow, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him I was gonna fix the saddle for him. I was gonna re. I was gonna. What was I gonna? I was gonna recut your saddle, right? I just
Yeah. Well,
have.
you were trying to. Yeah.
I was trying to balance
But,
balance out the
yeah.
pickup,
String balance. Yeah. Yeah.
and then I cut the saddle too low, so then I had to cut him a new saddle, and I just haven't done that. But
Hmm.
check this. This is a new Kamaka that Casey made.
Wow.
Casey and Christopher actually. But it sounds great. I mean, it's still new, but I just love
Hmm.
how balanced it sounds. Yeah, it's just got such a nice warm tone.
Wow.
I'm not even plugged in. It's just
That
acoustic.
looks nice.
Yeah, it's the grain on it is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Um,
Well, if you want to
Bill
just let.
Seymour,
If,
he does all the pro works, all the
wow.
inlays. So they were able to get my full name in that 12th fret there. How they did.
Wow. Shimabukuro. Is
Yeah.
that what it says?
You know how I got that name, right? Shimabukuro. It was
I don't know.
Uncle Sam Kapu, because he said when he was in the military, there was I think there was he had a sergeant and his last name was Shimabukuro, but everybody called him Shimabukuro.
You know what's funny is I was talking to Jake Weed about this, and he brought up a really good point. People that cannot say our last names, especially like American people like that, this is where they get confused because in if you're Asian, it's easy to break it up syllable by syllable. Shi, ma, bu, ku, ro. But what a lot of people do is they put the shim
I
as the first
Oh yeah.
syllable. So
Yeah.
shim
Okay,
uh
give me 5 more minutes.
something.
No, no.
So
Yeah, no, no. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Well, it's just where you divide the syllable. But yeah, I just think, um, oh man,
but nobody
like I mean, I've had people say my last name perfectly, but then they get my first name mixed up wrong. They'll be like, okay, it's Shimabukuro, right? Shimabukuro. I'll be like, yes, yes, you got it perfect, Shimabukuro. And they'll go on. They'll be like, please give it up for Ben Shimabukuro.
You know what? I'll tell you guys a really, really funny story that maybe you guys don't know this, but about me. But so I play the ukulele too. I used to tour. I have a few CDs out. I used to be with the Sony label Japan, as well as with Jake. So the thing is, I've always played. I've done things, like I've been on a few TV shows in Japan, things like that. But I was never as famous as Jake is. Now, here's the funny thing is in Japan, okay, they don't call us like, hey, Bruce or Jake. They say, Shimabukuro-san. Okay. So like a lot of times they would like if I'm in Waikiki, I used to have an ukulele store in Waikiki. And when they see me, they would approach and say, oh, Shimabukuro-san. And half the time, I don't know if they think I'm Jake or or me. So
Or
they,
your clone.
yeah, or my
Or
clone.
your
So
clone.
so it's
Yeah.
it's so it's so funny. So I get, and then like it's hard because I don't want to cut myself down, right? And be like, oh no, I'm not Jake, because I actually do play, right? So it was so funny how for how many years I would get that Shimabukuro-san, uh, photo, okay? Oh, sure, sure. And then I don't know if they know me, and then maybe they say something like, "Oh, uh, I love Hula Girl." Now I know. Oh, Hula Girl. That's Jake. That's not. That's not me. But I usually just say, "Arigato." Thank you. So yeah. So there's a lot of people who may have seen you drinking a beer too. I would have been at a restaurant in Waikiki having a beer. So Jake doesn't drink, right? So I'm at the restaurant having a beer. Come up to me, Shimabukuro-san, Shimabukuro-san. Oh, hi, yeah, yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, photo, okay. I said, oh, okay, okay.
All right.
But
Anyways.
anyways, that is a funny story. I would
And
love, I would love to talk stories with.
well, one time I told you about that one time, right? When I was at Ala Shopping Center and someone came up to me, hey, Bruce. And I said, oh no, I'm not Bruce. I'm Jake. I'm Bruce's brother. He goes, nah. I was like, oh, I'm Bruce.
Oh,
So so yeah.
mm.
So somebody out there thinks you quit drinking, I guess. Okay. Um, but anyways, yeah, I know we got to wrap this up already, but just a couple of things I wanna say. Tomorrow night, there's the Blue Note is hosting these live shows, and it's they're partnering with Hawaii Public Radio, as well as Hawaii News Now, and the Blue Note. So they're streaming this live show tomorrow night, and I believe it's 6 p.m. Hawaii time. You can see it on the Blue Note Hawaii website or the Hawaii News Now website, or you can listen to it on Hawaii Public Radio. I believe right at 6 o'clock, and it's a really it's I'm really excited about it. It's featuring the Mana Music String Quartet. We have a bunch of arrangements that Brian Shepard wrote out for us, and so you know we'll be playing arrangements of like Bohemian Rhapsody, and I think what else did we do? I think we did Blue Roses Falling, Hallelujah. Um, and Jackson Waldhoff will actually be playing bass with me on a few songs and also on some of those arrangements. And all this is going to be a benefit for the local musicians union, here in Hawaii, to support all the musicians that are out of work. So please tune in if you can. Check it out tomorrow, 6 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time. It's going to be a fun show. And also, I mentioned the question to win the trio CD. So here's the question. Some people know that my mom was my and Bruce's first ukulele teacher, but who was our second ukulele teacher? We had the same second teacher as well. So if you can guess who that was, um, wait, how would I get your answers?
Maybe.
I did not think
Um,
this through.
why don't you have them just give them your PO box, have them
No,
write
no,
down
no,
the
no.
answer,
If
and
if you
mail
put
it,
it in the
mail
comments,
it
put
to
it
you.
in the comments, and then we can go back and look, and whoever was the first person to give the right answer, we will reach out to you and send you a copy of the new trio record. So yeah, so who was our second ukulele teacher after our mom? A big shout out to Ukulele Friends Hawaii. They're our show sponsors, as well as Kamaka Hawaii. They don't know they're our sponsors, but I'm just saying they're our sponsors. But yeah, check out Ukulele Friends Hawaii on Facebook. It's been such a fun
Yeah.
just
Go
sharing,
back to the
just
paper
a
towel.
lot of our. What was that, Bruce?
Oh no, sorry. I need a paper towel. Thank you.
Okay. And then I also have a new album that we just finished wrapping up. We just finished mixing it. It's a friend's project, and I'm super excited about this. Nolan and Dave are playing on it as well, and we got to collaborate with, I mean, just an incredible list of artists that I've always wanted to work with. People like Willie Nelson's on there, and even his son Lucas Nelson is on there. Bette Midler, we got Jack Johnson and Paula Funga, we got Ziggy Marley, John Anderson, Vince Gill, and Amy Grant. I mean, it's insane. It's like a 15-track record. So Kenny
Wow.
Loggins. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to release that at the end of the year. Okay, give me okay 3 more minutes. Okay, Cole, 3 more minutes. I'll be right there to help you. I promise. No, no,
No.
not seconds, minutes. Remember? Okay. Um, sorry. So we got that coming out. I'm really excited. So we just want to thank you all for joining us and listening in, and I want to thank my brother Bruce for hanging out with us
Yeah,
the
that's fun.
full hour.
I'm glad that we got to tell everybody that I dry fish because I think that's what they wanted to know. And next week, maybe we can talk about, like when I shower, do I start with my arms first or my shoulders? Where do I want? We can get
No,
into that
you're
next
always
week.
supposed to start from the top and work your way
What are
down.
you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
interesting
Anyways,
topic. We'll save it for
um,
next week.
so thank you to everyone. A big shout out to Jake Wheat. Jake, thanks for making everything go so smoothly. Shout out to Tiffany Zimmerman. Tiffany, thank you so much for all that you do for us. Thank you. And yeah, you guys have a great weekend. And we're gonna end with this other video. Speaking of the collaborations project, I got to work with Bette Midler, who was always one of my favorite singers. She was my mom's all-time favorite singer. My mom used to sing the song "The Rose," right? All the
Mm.
time at karaoke. When she would go out and sing karaoke, that was like her go-to song. So when I was doing a song with Bet on this album, I just kind of mentioned, I was like, would you consider doing the Rose? Because she's never done a studio version of it. It's always been that the live version, right, from the movie. So
Mm.
so yeah, she agreed to do it, and it's just the ukulele, her incredible voice, and we got the Mana Music string quartet on it. Brian Shepard did an amazing string arrangement for it too. It's just beautiful. Dave Preston did some amazing guitar on it. So I think it's going to be a wonderful wonderful record. But this is a song that we did in England when she invited me to go up there to perform with her for the Queen. And I just got to tell this quick story. So we played In My Life, and after that we went backstage, and we all lined up backstage, and the Her Majesty came backstage to meet all of us. And I remember right before she came down, the producer of the show said, okay, I just got to go over with you just some protocol. So just remember three things. The first thing is you're not allowed to speak to her first. You have to wait until she speaks to you. The second thing is you're not allowed to reach for her hand. You have to wait till she extends her hand before you shake her hand. And the third thing is, he said that you don't have to bow or curtsy. Don't worry about that because it's just a very informal, casual meeting. So I was like, all right, cool. So we're all lined up. And as soon as she entered the room, I was like the only one just like bowing like a chicken. I think I told people, I think it's because it's the Japanese in me, going to Japan all the time. You're always bowing. So when I was yeah. Okay, wait. One more minute. Okay. So, but we got to wrap up, but we're going to end with this video here. This is the great Bette Midler and I doing In My Life for the Queen at the Royal Variety Performance in Blackpool, England. So thank you once again. Thank you, Bruce. You're
Hey,
awesome.
thank you, everyone. Thank you,
And
Jake.
thank you for joining us, and and have a great weekend, and we'll see you again.
So next week, are we gonna? Is that a thing now? One clone video every week. You gonna do that?
Yeah, maybe,
Okay, let's
maybe.
try
We'll
that. Yeah,
see.
that's
I'm
pretty fun.
gonna come up with something. I'm gonna come up with
Uh,
something better. All right.
all
Okay. Well,
right,
you
it
guys
was
take
fun.
care. Aloha
Thank
and
you.
enjoy this
Cheers.
clip. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tonight, accompanying me on the ukulele, please welcome Mr. Jake Shimabukuro. There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living in my life. I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think of them, but in my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think of them, but in my life, I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. Mr. Jake Shimabukuro. Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much.